Tonight at 6, the Defender's looking into your safety on the interstate. New cable barriers, just like what you're seeing on your screen right now, have been put up all along I-485. They're meant to keep you safe in a crash, but the past 2 days, vehicles have gone through the cable barriers straight into oncoming traffic. So are these cable barriers really safer than the typical concrete ones? Well, NBC Charlotte's Mark Boyle spent the day digging into the issue.
Within the past 2 days, there have been 2 car crashes involving those cable guide rails. Now some are asking, should the DOT be installing more of these concrete barriers? We went and asked the question. The person driving this car lost control and crashed through the cable guide rail at I-485 near Harrisburg Road. The car slammed into cars traveling the other direction. The cable guide rail did not do its job in keeping cars on their respective sides.
There's no perfect design to completely stop a vehicle, and every incident that occurs is unique and case by case.
Jen Thompson is the spokeswoman for the North Carolina Department of Transportation. There are at least 3 different types of guide rails used to keep you safe on the roads, from the cables and steel types to the concrete barriers in the middle of the freeways. This morning, another crash on 485 and West Boulevard. In that case, the driver of this tractor trailer went through the cable guide rails and ended up in the woods. He survived.
And what happened yesterday and today, unique again. It's unusual to have it happen like that in succession.
According to the NCDOT, between 2011 and 2013, there were 4,731 crashes involving the cables. During the same time period, there were 3,350 crashes involving concrete barriers. Here's the hook, though. Of the crashes with cables, 18% of those involved suffered severe injuries. Of those hitting the concrete barriers, the number of severe injuries spikes much higher to 41%. The DOT says you have a much better chance of going home alive if you come into contact with the cable guide rails than you do with a concrete block. According to the Department of Transportation, the concrete barriers are actually the most expensive to install. For 1 mile of concrete barrier, it costs the Department of Transportation $1 million. I'm Mark Boyle reporting for NBC Charlotte.